What is up, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we have this awesome 9590 old-fashioned FX gaming PC. But first, a message from our sponsor.
This video is brought to you by GVG Mall, a website that gives you access to really awesome game keys and, more specifically, great deals on Windows 10 licenses.
We here at the Toasty Bros actually use them all the frickin' time because, well, just like this build right here, we do a lot of computer builds and we always put Windows 10 Pro on them. You can actually go to their website and get a Windows 10 Pro key, and you can even get it for a discount using our code.
If you use code TB20 at checkout, you will save 20% on that already cheap Windows 10 key. And to activate that Windows PC that you want to activate using that Windows 10 key, all you have to do is purchase the key from their website, wait for the key to be emailed to you, boom, you're good to go, and you don't have that horrible watermark in the bottom right corner anymore.
So thanks again to GVG Mall for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to check out the links down below, and let's go ahead and just get into this video. Well, we got these parts that have been submerged under mineral oil, completely submerged for 2 years, and we're going to turn it into a regular old gaming PC.
It's gonna be really slick. Let's get right into it, shall we?
So what we have here is an XFX RX 584 gig, and this was actually recently put in the mineral oil. It was only in there for about a month, and this was actually going to be at the office. We were going to use this mineral PC at the office, and it didn't work out, so just the PCB was submerged. Now this stuff's all covered in oil, and this has been, we don't have any of the screws, but we also have this RX 460 that has pretty much the same type of screws and everything, but hopefully we can find some from like an older card. But if it comes down to it, we have these. Now this was actually submerged for like the whole almost 2 years, and it's still kind of lubey. Now I did take brake part cleaner and a really powerful air compressor, went through almost 2 cans of that stuff and just constantly spraying air at it, and there is still mineral oil seeping out from like places like the CPU and just under things. So, you know, we got as much of it off as we could. Now we do know that parts will most of the time still work after they've been under oil, because Zach's computer right over there actually has some parts that were in mineral oil, such as the graphics card, the processor, and I believe the RAM and maybe some of the storage. So yeah, everything we have here though was submerged. This is still like really, look how shiny that is. We have 2, we believe 4 gig sticks, and I think the original labels might have fallen off, but we'll put it in the description. A freaking 9590 from AMD. This is actually something that they sent to us as a challenge to try and cool with mineral oil. So 9590, 990 FXA gaming motherboard. It's a really, really nice MSI motherboard. Hopefully everything, you know, still works on it. And then we have this cooler here that Scythe sent over that has all kinds of crazy and strange, you know, things that I don't know how to pronounce on it, but a really nice looking 120 millimeter cooler that's very beefy and feels very beefy. So it should work nicely on this 9590. And yeah, big thanks to Scythe for that. And you know, hopefully it cools this thing like the oil did. Alright guys, so we are now benchmarking, of course, Apex Legends. And it actually seems like it is running very well. I actually have not seen the FPS yet. So it looks like we're getting about, I would say, between 50 and 60 FPS in the drop ship. We do have a couple of drops and dips here down to, maybe like the lower mid 40s, but we are on all high settings, 1920 by 1080. We have VSync off, but I mean, that's pretty amazing for a BR game that, especially on a freaking FX platform with an RX 580 and a really respectable price for this build, and that we're able to still play, really new titles like this.
Yeah, so probably once I land, the FPS will probably go up. Normally I've seen with systems that this is where it like starts lagging a little bit, is on the initial drop. But we'll see exactly what happens once I land. I'm probably gonna land, we'll see what happens here. So after we land, we're around the 50-ish, well, upward as well now. Just
it's holding it really well. Now we're actually getting above 60 at times.
And our teammate's already dead.
Oh,
nice.
wow. Okay, we're getting really above 60 now.
Oh, I knocked somebody.
Hey, look at this man. Reload. All right, yeah. All right, guys, the next game we are testing out is, of course, another Battle Royale game. This is PUBG, and yes, it's, it's quite the throwback game at this point, but we are getting a, really solid freaking 105, 90-ish FPS on the plane, and we're actually on like high settings, so yeah, that's pretty impressive. We're 1920 by 1080 full screened, and yeah, just high preset.
And we're gonna hot drop here and see what the settings are like, but honestly, this is very impressive.
Because I mean, we had a dip. We had a dip down to like 60 FPS. Oh, 50. Oh, it's unplayable, dude.
Oh no, it's awful. No, but no, dropping in PUBG does tend to.
I mean, yeah, any game. I mean, Matt and I both have like, Matt has a 1080, I have a 1070 with Ryzen 1700 and 1800, and I get lag dropping in any game still. Like if it's a really hot drop like this, which I don't really think this is a very hot one.
Hope it is.
Actually,
no,
it is pretty. Wow, God,
it's freaking hot, dude.
So we did. Okay, we're dipping down to like the 20. We got down to the 20s. But like I said, I mean that's one of those things where that's how these games are, and it's not really the system's fault necessarily. It's just the fact that there's so many other players dropping in and just so much going on at once. It doesn't exactly know what to do. But as you can see, we're already back up to a really, really respectable FPS. And let's see if Matt whiffs this or not.
Oh, got him, dude.
All right, there might. Oh, shoot him again. This man is a madman. Look at your health, dude. And the next game we have is Black Ops 4. Now this is actually a fairly hard to run game, and as you can see, this thing is not even breaking a sweat. We are getting over 100 FPS on high settings. We're not like completely maxed out. Ooh, that just
I just got smacked, dude.
We're not like completely maxed out, but we're pretty close to being there. And 1080p on full screen. Now, of course, this would almost, because they did advertise the RX 580 when it came out as being a 1440 compatible card, like one that could actually, easily run it. And I think this would even be able to do 1440 fairly well.
Yeah, I like this. It's pretty fluid, no frame drops, no stutter that I can feel. And one in the chamber is kind of fun, and you get your ass beat, get pistol whipped every time. Here goes. He just like took both of those out. But hey, there you go. That's Black Ops 4. Performs very well, and I ran out of lives, so.
Overall, Matt and I are like extremely impressed with this PC because running like all these new titles on it, and it didn't even like break a sweat. At around $450 value today, this thing, the fact that, like I said, we can just play all the new games, it's just really incredible. And it just shows that FX is not completely dead yet.
Honestly, I was one of the biggest proponents of just not buying FX stuff, but this actually impressed me for what it is for the money. Yes, you are limited to a 9590 if you go with something like an FX system. That's pretty much your max ceiling. But if you can find somebody selling the rolled 990 FX and 9590 combo because they upgraded to Ryzen for a really cheap price, it makes a good option for an entry-level budget gaming PC that you might want to put together. And also, this case looks pretty good. If you really wanted to save some money, you could go with a cheaper 8350, which is literally the same processor, but just clocked a little bit lower, and opt for a motherboard like a basic AM3 Plus motherboard that will allow you to overclock it to somewhat close to 9590 level, not totally 5 gigahertz, but the performance between like 4.7 to 5 gigahertz really isn't that noticeable. But you can save a lot of money by going that route, and there are a decent amount of FX options and bundles on eBay that can make this a possible go-to, well, what is the word, meta for a PC build.
So as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to get us up in that alert button, and hope you guys enjoyed this video.
And we'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace.